KOSPI has collapsed -5.81% to $8,411.21, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Sunday, June 28th, and this is your complete global market briefing. Caution prevails across asset classes. Equity markets are responding to reports that oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 is broadly flat at $7,354.02, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that tech stocks drive unnerving sell-off in global markets, The New York Times. NASDAQ 100 is down -1.09%, trading at $29,118. Equity markets are responding to reports that Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off, Investors Business Daily. Dow Jones is broadly flat at $51,876, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap. DAX is down -1.29%, trading at $24,671. This comes as Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off, Investors Business Daily, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 slipped -0.21% to $10,508. Equity markets are responding to reports that oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Microsoft surged +5.71% to $372.97 in a significant session. Azure AI services revenue is the key number. Each point of acceleration in cloud growth translates directly into a higher earnings multiple. Copilot enterprise adoption is still early innings, but the renewal rate data from the sales force is encouraging. Any guidance upgrade on cloud segment margins would be the catalyst for the next leg up. Samsung made a dramatic move today, plunged -5.30% to $339,500. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any NVIDIA or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Rocket Lab made a dramatic move today, surged +4.77% to $84.54. Government launch contracts with the US DoD provide baseline revenue visibility. The Electron rocket utilization rate is the near-term earnings driver. Any contract win announcement or NASA mission assignment would be a meaningful positive catalyst for the stock. Goldman Sachs made a dramatic move today, plunged -4.27% to $1,019.61. The asset and wealth management pivot is lowering earnings volatility. Private credit exposure is a growth area but carries liquidity risk in stress. Near term, the IB deal calendar is the stock driver. Watch for any mega IPO or M&A advisory win. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. This comes as Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off, Investors Business Daily, adding pressure to energy markets. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. The key macro overlay remains monetary policy. Equity markets are responding to reports that oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Any surprise in the rate path could trigger outsized moves. On the data front, equity markets are responding to reports that stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap. Turning to commodities. Brent crude plunged to $71.99 per barrel, down 4.34% on the session. This comes as stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap, adding pressure to energy markets. WTI crude plunged to $69.23 per barrel, down 3.74% on the session. This comes as stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, Markets wrap, adding pressure to energy markets. Natural gas plunged to $3.23, down 3.35% on the session. This comes as Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off investors' business daily, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold edged higher to $4,078.70 per troy ounce, up 1.2% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that gold price could struggle through 2026 as it loses safe haven status to US bonds, buys McGlone, Kitco. Let us give you our near-term view on KOSPI. The technical picture for KOSPI has deteriorated. The $7,906.54 level will be critical to monitor. It represents a key line in the sand for bulls. A break below could trigger further stop-loss selling. Manage your risk carefully. In the currency markets, euro to US dollar is at 1.14, gaining 0.31% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.32, gaining 0.24% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.69, losing 0.07% on the day. Currency markets are reacting to higher oil prices from the war in the Middle East, assessing the headwinds for euro area growth. European Central Bank. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Every morning, before markets open, we break down exactly what is moving and why. If you want that edge every day, subscribe and hit the bell icon. If today's analysis was useful, a like is the best way to support the channel. We genuinely appreciate every single one. We read every comment. Drop your view below. That is all from MTRS_Market Pulse for today. All analysis is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor. Trade safe, and we will see you in the next one. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.